What's up, everyone? Team Rob here with my first ever quote-unquote review. I know I've done first impressions, last impressions, and, after thoughts and all that good stuff. But I've never actually sat down, whipped out the capture card, recorded a review, edited it together, put a nice coat of paint and polish on it, and then, shipped it out to the factory. So here's the first time, and what better choice than one of my most highly anticipated games of the year, Rock Band 3 on the 360. I actually own the Rock Band 3 keyboard bundle. Don't worry, I'll go over the keyboard and all that good stuff later on in the video. But first off, a forethought, if you will. I've been a huge fan of Rock Band and Guitar Hero for quite some time now, and I know that the rhythm music game genre has been, saturated to the point of, breaking, and especially after Activision released like 8 Guitar Hero games last year or the year before, whenever that was. And so people have kind of been getting tired of these games, and, the new Guitar Hero came out, Warriors of Rock, and it was okay. It kind of sucked. I was tired of it after a while. But does Rock Band 3, which I think has been not really hyped, like, you would hype a game like Halo or God of War, hype more in the sense of that this game will redefine the music game genre in general. And I'm a huge fan of music and all that good stuff. I love, bands like Rush, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Circle Survive. I could name a million bands that I enjoy. And so, in a word, does it manage to do this? Yes, but let's wait for the video to get into the fine details and all that good stuff. So I present to you my first ever review.
Alright, well, the first thing to talk about is how the game looks aesthetically. In all honesty, I think the interface for this game is one of the best that I've ever seen. On the bottom, you have the little separate menus for each individual instrument from where you can drop in and out. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you can drop in and out at any time. Even if you're playing a song, you can come in, you can come out. It works really well. You can manage each instrument's separate options from that menu, all while, someone's picking a song or doing something else. It's really just magnificently well done. Of course, you can't talk about a music game without talking about the actual music. The set list in this game is fantastic, with 83 on-disc tracks and over 2,000 available DLC tracks in the music store, with bands ranging from Them Crooked Vultures, Def Leppard, Foreigner, Primus, At the Drive-In, and even motherfucking Dio. This game pretty much has anything you could look for. You also have to talk about the organization options for these songs in Quick Play. They really flesh that option out very nicely with different parameters you can select, like if you want to just have the Rock Band 3 songs but the guitar only, you can do that, and that's a really nice option because I like to keep my music very organized. Continuing with my talk about the interface, we have to talk about the career leaderboards. Now there's 3 separate options. There's your Rock Band 3 rankings, your total score rankings, and your goal rankings. More on the goals in a bit. Now, I'm not too big of a guy for leaderboards. It doesn't really concern me where I am in the leaderboards, but it's nice to see where you rank when your band is put up against other bands and, if you're good or not. I think I'm in the top 2% in the world in drumming, so that speaks for itself. Now, the goals are a new feature in Rock Band that I actually seem to really enjoy. Let's say, for example, you're given a goal of hit 500 total hammer-on and pull-offs on bass. And then you do that, and once you do that, you'll get a little icon that says you completed it. Sometimes you'll unlock some new customization options for your characters or even your instrument, and you'll get fans towards your band. So really, it gives you a purpose to go for these goals and complete them, which the latest Guitar Hero games have been actually lacking a purpose to continue playing aside from the enjoyment of the game. Moving on to the actual game modes, we have Road Challenges, which essentially replace the World Tour from Rock Band 2. It pretty much plays out the same though, in all honesty. What you'll do is select a tour, and then you'll have 3 targets, bronze, silver, and gold. And each will have a certain star requirement, or as they're called, spades. More on why they're called spades in a minute. But you'll do that, and then you'll be taken to the first gig, and the first gig might be 2 songs or 3 songs, usually 2 songs. And then you'll select that, and then you will be given an objective to complete, which it might be, activate overdrive and maintain a streak while in overdrive, or keep a streak going, or play a section really accurately or whatever. So not only are you trying to pass a song and get 5 stars, you're also trying to get 5 of these spades. And once you do that, you'll finish the gig up, and then you'll be taken to the end, and you'll add the total up, and then that'll be added onto the goal, and eventually you'll unlock it. I honestly beat the whole tour, which I never really did in Rock Band 2. I did the endless set list, but I never 100%ed it. I 100%ed this thing, and it only took me a week since the game came out, so not a lot of longevity there, but I thought that was kind of nice because I kind of got annoyed with the World Tour in Rock Band 2. One thing I'd like to compliment Harmonix on that I don't think a lot of people comment them on is their customization system. My character actually looks like I do in real life. Whenever I make a character in another game, it always ends up looking just like some generic white guy. There's tons of clothes and attires to pick from. You can make the art, you can customize the band, you can customize the instruments. Pretty much if you can think of customizing it, it can be customized. So nice job, Harmonix, on that. Now it's time to talk about the keyboard. Take it away, Real Chris.
Okay, so here's the actual keyboard. You have, your 25 keys. They actually feel like keyboard keys, which is nice. It actually feels like a real keyboard. You have the touchpad, which is the equivalency of the whammy bar, I guess. You rub it and it'll do the same thing that the whammy bar does. Then you have your overdrive activation right here. Then you got the Xbox guide and all those buttons up here. And then something that's actually cool, I don't know if everyone knows this, is that this is a MIDI input. And you can get a MIDI cable, connect this to your PC, and then it becomes a real actual MIDI keyboard. And it's supposedly an actual functioning one too, which is nice. But anyway, you have these. You have the red set, the yellow set, the blue set, and the green set, and then one orange key, which is this one. And the way you play it is it'll show you a section of like the keyboard. If you're gonna play on Pro, that's what you do. It'll show you which section, you kind of figure it out. If not, if you're just playing regular keys, I think it's the first 5 keys or any 5 keys or whatever, that you just, you'll play with those like you would a normal instrument with those. You don't have to strum or anything. But I think the keyboard is a great addition to the Rock Band series. It's definitely something that has been missing. An improvement I would like is if they it's not really a big deal, it's more of a nuisance, is if they put like a mic stand or something right here so you can sing and play keyboard. Because when you're playing keyboard, not all the songs have, keyboard parts or, full keyboard parts. So you'll play for maybe 30 seconds, sit there for a minute or two, and then play another 30 seconds. So it would be nice to have the ability to sing and have the mic right here and play keyboard. I think that would work very nicely. They'll probably come out with something like that. They always do. But this is the keyboard. I definitely think it's worth it if you're looking to get into something new out of the rhythm music genre. It's challenging. I've been practicing with it a little bit. I suck. Don't think I'm good at all, but it's worth getting into because it actually teaches you the fundamentals, especially the Pro mode, of actually playing real piano / keyboard. And I think that's really cool, and that's something Rock Band 3 really manages to accomplish very nicely.
To follow up on what I said, the keyboard is definitely a nice addition. It does actually teach you how to play real piano in a sense. It teaches you scales, it teaches you how to position your fingers on the keys and how to move your fingers on the keys. So in that regard, I think it works very nicely. Does it replace an actual instrument? No, nothing ever does. But if you want to have fun and, kind of learn the basics to how a piano / keyboard works, I think you should pick this keyboard up for $80, man. It's worth it as long as you're going to actually get use out of it. I suck at it and I have a long way to go, so I'm just going to keep practicing at it, and eventually one day I will be good at it, hopefully. Alright, well that's pretty much my review on Rock Band 3. I think you will enjoy this game if you enjoy the setlist and if you've been a fan of Rock Band before. This is definitely, a godsend to all Rock Band fans, and it definitely breathed a little bit more life into the quickly dying rhythm music game genre. Although I don't think it's gonna, delay the inevitable death, but it did a lot of things nicely. Very crisp presentation, top notch, Harmonix, good job. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Definitely will be doing more in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed the layout and whatever. Comment if you have any suggestions. Tell me what you think. If you hated it, let me know. I'm more than happy. But until then, guys, Team Rivals out of here. Peace.